last session we discussed about creating a users, giving the access to the particular reports, particular applications. So that all we have seen. And today I'm talking about how to create a row level restrictions and object level restrictions. How to define the row level restrictions and object level restrictions. So that I will try to show you. I'm trying to connect to the server. Enter the credentials here. So what I will do first, I will try to create a two users. With that users, I'll consider one user is part of one state, the other user belongs to the different state. Okay. So let's see first create a one report.
Madhukar, Suresh.
So basically what I'm trying to do here.
Madhukar, Suresh here.
Yeah. Yes, Suresh.
So what about the single sign-on? So what about suppose if you have a SAP user, it's automatically from the BW, no?
Okay. Okay. That I
So
told you, right? So there is authentication. In authentication, we need to configure the details. I'll show you here.
okay,
Where I need to
no problem. Whenever you free time, you can show me. Continue. Because
I'll show
most
you.
of the SAP related, we can use a single sign-on.
Right. See, basically simple.
Okay.
Authentication, as I said, like Windows Active Directory. So we need to configure that activity details here. Just we need to add a group, domain and group. And here we have an option to have a single sign-on. So basically the single sign-on is whatever the SAP ID username and password has created, the same credentials which we are going to use it for BO also.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
The same way. So that say if you're talking about SAP, right? You're asking. So open SAP. So here you need to enter the SAP login details. So that configuration you have to add it here. So once you have it here, so you can able to use the same SAP BW login credentials here also. Okay. There are some certain steps so we need to follow. I will share that relevant document. So this is going to taken care with a basis team, with help of basis team. We are going to configure all these details. Okay. So which is the application server name, system ID, and that credentials. Okay. The details. So all the details we have to add here. Once you added here, so we need not to create any username password separately. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever the users you created in the BW system, right, an SAP system, the same username password you can access it here. Okay. Only the as a BO administration perspective, you need to just provide the access to that particular user or group. Okay. So automatically you will able to access that particular reports. Okay.
So
Similarly
one
for
more
LDAP, yeah.
One more request, Madhukar.
Yeah.
Could you please share me the 4.2 certifications or any dump? I have actually I booked the 9th Webby certification.
Okay. Okay.
So if you have any documents or anything.
That we already shared, right? The same. So there is no difference of 4.1 and 4.2. It's almost same.
But I didn't get anything related to the certification document.
Okay.
You have
It's a
told
one
that
link.
yeah,
Share it here itself. If you miss it. Anyway, I'm in the last session. I'm going to explain this material information also. So what are the documents which we have? I'm just sharing with everyone. But anyway, at the last session also, I'll share this to all again.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry because if I have some. I booked the maybe 10th I'm writing exam.
Yeah. So in this, yeah, I'll just quickly show you where exactly the certification details are. If you open
This
here,
document I have not get it. Yeah.
BO certification.
Oh yeah, I didn't get this link. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. In this, so you'll see the test 1, test 2, and the material 310 and 320. Okay.
Yeah,
This
this
is the material
310.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
only for Webby, this one, only Webby.
yes, only for web, only for web. As I said, like after the
Yeah,
training, you can go for a web, only the web
I'm doing a
certification.
42. I booked that this one.
Yeah. No, even if you see, basically see
Little bit guidance is
BOWI
required. My
44. Yeah. Yeah. If you look at here, it's not coming.
difference is not
BOWI
there.
44.
Syllabus are, I hope, almost same.
Yeah, the same document. So here, if you go to the SAP training, right?
Yeah, I saw that one. If you want, I can share you my this one.
Uh, training.sap.
Training.sap.com, SAP training.com.
I think I'll get it directly. It's not coming. Yeah, you can share me the link. So there you will find refer the material 310 320.
Yeah, correct. I saw that one because of their percentage it's showing everywhere
Yeah, yeah.
310.
And
I'm
also
preparing though.
if you check each and every topic, this all the topics we covered.
Correct.
So
Yeah, yeah.
10% is this, 15% is this, 12% is this,
Yes,
formatting,
correct.
condition
Yes, correct.
formatting, query level filter, hyperlinking, right?
Yes, I saw. Yeah,
Drill
yeah.
down functionality. So that all the topics which I covered. Okay.
Yes,
Only the
yes.
thing is you need to just go through the material. That's it.
Yeah, I'll do that
Okay.
one. I have time, 10
Yeah.
days time, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my anyway
First, you
project.
can just go through 310 and 320 material, and you
Okay.
can try with your just test. You can conduct your own the test
Okay.
here. Test 1 and test 2 is there, right?
Okay.
Okay. So you can try like how much your percentage or you are achieving. And
Okay,
if you
fine. Sure.
feel that you are not getting good score, again you can just refer the same document 310320.
Okay, fine. No problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem. Yeah. Fine. Now, so I'm trying back to, so what I'm trying to show here. So when user log into the BA Launchpad,
Send me that
he should,
link.
yeah, I sent it already
Okay.
in the chat window. In a chat window, you can see.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, there is some authentication configuration settings we have to do, right? That I showed you. I'll send you the document. Okay. So it depends on like what settings we need to configure when it is LDAP authentication or when it is a Windows Active Directory. Maybe in the same Dropbox link, I will upload the same material. Okay. Now I'm talking about the row level and object level restrictions. Okay. Say suppose any user is suppose one user is belongs to the California. So when he is trying to open a report, he can see only the California data. He should not see the other states data. Okay, that is nothing but a row level restriction. Like say suppose as administrator when I open a report, so I can see all the states of data. But when particular user is belongs to California, he should see only the California data. And same report, if another user access, like a Florida user open the same report, he should be able to see only the Florida data. Okay, so that is a row level restrictions. So object level restriction is nothing but when you try to edit a query, you want to modify some, you want to do some changes in the report. So when you try to edit a query, you should not see the specific objects, some of the objects. So I want to restrict some of the objects. So that is nothing but an object level restriction. Or when you try to create a report, so I don't want to show some of the objects. When you try to create a report, adding by selecting the universe, so you should not see those particular objects. So in that case, we can do the object level restrictions. Okay. So how we can do that? So first, let's create a one report. Let's create one report here. Just give me a second. Okay, coming back here. I'm trying to create a one report here. And meantime, I try to create a users as well. Let's open. So I'm just choosing accept and try to create a report. Select a universe, click OK. And you can have the objects here. I'm trying to bring the year object, state, and also I'm adding the product lines, sales revenue, quantity sold. Not an query. I just try to create a very simple report here. Okay. Now I'm trying to save this report. Save as. So currently that report is having all states data, sales report, user security purpose I'm creating. One folder. So I'm just making this as a refresh, but automatic refresh and open the report. Save. Okay. If you look at here as administrator, so I can able to see all the states. California, Colorado, Florida, right? Okay, now. Okay, now I'm trying to create a users. I'm just deleting the existing users. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to create a user, new user. Let's say I'm trying to create a new user as a DC user. 1_ DC user. No password. I'm not entering any password. You can create. And also I'm trying to create one more user for Florida. 1_ I'm just trying to create a user. It's not a state, okay? User must change the password. I'm not adding. No password. Now, so I'm adding these users into administrator group, because say I have to give instead of giving the individual user access, So I'm just adding these users directly into the admin. Else, normally in a real time, what we'll do, I need to create a one group and provide the access to the particular folder. And also I need to give the universe access. And also I have to provide the connection access. Instead of doing all that, again I need to provide the web intelligence report access also, right? Instead of giving, just I'm adding these users into the administrator group, join a group. So they will have all the access once you add it into the administrator group. Even they are administrator group, but click OK. I can able to log. Okay, I'm just logging as a 1_TC user. Click on log. Close this. And now I'm just to try to open the same report, sales report for user. So I just log in as a DC user. So, but I can see all the states data, right? I'm not defining any restrictions. Okay. Now I'm in restrictions. So the universe which I created, the universe is the report which I created using the eFashion universe. So I'm trying to import the same universe. So that row level and object level restriction that you can do it in the UDT tool. The eFashion universe is implemented here. So I'm trying to import the same universe. So which is under the Webby folder. Click OK. So let me open again. Import. Okay. Now you're able to see right now I'm just defining the restrictions. Go to the tools and select the manage security and select manage access restrictions. So whatever the restrictions which I already created, those I'm trying to remove it. Now, so once you open it, so where we'll get the tools? Manage security. Click on manage security, manage access restrictions. Okay, then create a new rule here, new restriction here, and here you can see the row level and object level restrictions. So which I'm selecting object. Even for a specific user, you want to do some control, that also you can do it. Okay, so it will show only the not more than 5,000 records, not more than 6,000 rows, or this user should not run the report more than 5 minutes or 10 seconds. So that kind of restrictions also you can do it. Okay, now I'm talking about the role restrictions. Add here. So the state is coming from the outlet lookup table. The state is coming from the outlet lookup table. Select the outlet lookup table and where state is equal to
Madhukar, your voice
state
sometimes
is
is
equal
getting low
to.
and
Is it? What about now?
it's fine, but sometimes it's getting low and
Is it for
like,
everyone? Hello? What about others, please? For others, is that okay, or only for Subhendu is having a problem?
no, it's fine now, but in between sometimes it's getting automatically low the sound.
Okay. I think from my end, I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
For others, it is having a problem. So I will log off and log in again. If everyone is having the same problem, Murugan, Bhargav, Priyamvada, Ramesh, is it
No,
clear
I
for
don't
you
have
all?
any problem. I don't have any problem, Madhukar.
Okay, you
Actually,
don't have any problem.
you asked him to re-log in into a net meeting. So actually, I
Okay,
also tried
okay,
like that way only.
okay, okay. Subend, so others, for others it is fine. They have, they do not have any issue.
No, no, there is
Okay,
no like
maybe
times. It's fine now. It's fine now.
it's fine now, right? Okay, okay. In case if you still have a problem, you can just log in again.
I'll install and log in.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you. Now, so I just selected the table, the main table, so where the state is coming, and apply the filter. State is equal to Florida. Click OK. Now, as a Florida user, if we try to edit a query, I want to hide a few objects. You should not see all the objects. So for that, so I'm just restricting few objects. Let's say some Florida. I don't want to use it. Create a report with a quarter object, and I don't want to user create a report with a month object. Okay, select here, and also week. Okay, and select an object and holiday. So I'm just try to restrict these objects and check all is fine. Click OK. Okay, and let's give the name of that restriction set. So the new restriction set I'm just giving Florida restriction set. Click OK. Now I'm adding a one more rule to restrict the data for DC users. DC restriction set, and here there is a one more connection also there, right? See, basically, let's say but anyway we are not going to use this, but in case in interviews if they ask you, you can answer this. Okay, here is the universe. Let's say this universe is created on an Oracle database. Okay, now this contains let's say it contains some 20 tables we are using in our universe structure, universe design. Fine. Now any user try to create a report by using this universe, all the data will come from the database. But my requirement is, say suppose if in and he try to create a report, if he try to create a report, when California user logged in and when he tried to create a report, so data should come from the SQL server. When California user logged in and when he tried to run a report, data should come from this SQL server. But so when you when user login report, so but other users by default the universe connection connected to Oracle database. But when user California user logged in and when he tried to run the report, all the data should come from the SQL Server database. Okay, but when you try to change the connection to the SQL Server, we need to make sure that the same set of tables should be there in the SQL Server also. Whatever the tables are there in Oracle DB, the same set of tables should be there in the SQL Server. Then only we change that connection array for a specific users. Okay, getting right? So how that connection we can change? So for normally all the users, all the developers, when they run the report, data will come Oracle database because that universe is implemented on top of the Oracle. But when only the specific California user logged in and try to run a report, the data should come from the SQL Server. So in that case, we have to change the connection here. Connection, and so you want to get the data from the eFashion, I mean the other database. So that is how you can test it. That is how you can change the connection here. Okay, clear? Fine, right? Now, so once you change this connection, or else you need to create a new connection to that SQL Server database. So all the data will come from the different database. All the data come from the different database when particular user logged in. Okay. Now, for DC user, so I don't want to see the city object. And when DC user logged in, I don't want to see the store name. Click OK. And row level restrictions I'm adding. Outlet lookup table. State is equal to outlet lookup table. State is equal to DC. Click OK. OK. And check all. Done. So now we have to apply these restrictions to the specific users. Okay, or you can apply to the group also. You can add all the users into that group who are belongs to the California or Florida or Texas. You can just apply that restriction set to the particular group only. So under the group, whatever the users are there, so the same restriction set is applicable. Now add a user. 1_DC DC 1_ Florida user. Click OK. Fine. So DC and select this DC and apply. Florida. Apply here. Okay. Here. Just click on apply here. Done. I made the changes, the restrictions, and save it. Export this invoice to the repository. Okay, now going back to BO Launchpad. Now I already logged in with the DC user. Now when you try to, earlier I've seen all the states. Now I'm trying to open a report. See, I can able to see only the DC data. I don't see the other states data here. And when you try to design a query and edit a query here, when you try to edit a query, see store, under the store, actually by default we will see city object and store object. That is not appearing. City and store name is not coming here. Right? So this is how we can do the row level and object level restrictions. And similarly, I'm trying to log in as a with a Florida user. and try to open this Florida report. I mean the sales report. See, so it depends on the login credentials. So I'm going to access the only that relevant data. I can see the only the Florida data. So if I log in as a Madhukar user, or like if I log in as administrator user, I can see the I can see all the states data, right? And when you try to edit a query, when you try to edit a query, data access, edit a query, and see if you expand the time period, right? There are some objects I can't see. So basically, this universe is having the quarter, month, week, holiday object, right? But if you look at here, so I don't see those objects. So these are the objects are restricted to this particular user. So because of that, user can't able to see the other states data, other objects, and other states data. Whatever the objects you are restricting, that's called object level restriction, and whatever the data you are restricting is called the data level restrictions. Okay, I mean nothing but a row level restrictions. Fine. So that's it. Any questions about row level and object level restrictions? Okay. Now, so what we covered the administration. So basically, so how to promote the reports using the promotion management tool that we covered. Upgrade management tool we discussed. Okay, and also how to schedule a report. How to schedule a report. Schedule a report that we covered, and also how to configure SMTP or how to configure the FTP details to report to the email box. So that I showed you. And also about the CCM, and also we discussed server intelligence agent, SIA agent, and also we covered about the CMS, and also the what is the purpose of the input file repository server, and also we covered the other servers, web intelligence, web processing servers, crystal reporting server, and dashboard servers. So that all we covered. So which are the each application. So we have a different application servers are running. Okay. Okay. And also we discuss about the CMC, Central Management Console, and how to check how many users are logged in, how to see the license is getting expired. Okay, authentications, and what are the different levels of the access levels we have in the CMC. Okay, and also how to check the instances, like what are the schedule reports how we can access the all schedule reports in a single window through the instance manager we can access. Okay, and also we covered users, how to create a users, how to create a groups, okay, and also how to provide the access to the particular folders, and also reports, particular reports, and how to remove the access to the particular folders, and also how to provide the application access. So if user want to create their own reports, or if user want to access the log into the UDT tool, how to provide the universe designer access, web intelligence access, that all covered. Now, just now we discussed about the row level and object level restrictions. How we can prepare and define the row level and object level restrictions. Okay. So this all comes under as the administration part. Okay. So most of the time, the regular activity which we are going to do this in a real time project as a BO administrator. Apart from that, so we are going to configure the installations. Like installation is nothing but upgradations, patch installation. So patch installation just a setup file, and you can just click on setup. Automatically, it will update the existing server. Okay, fine. Any questions in our administration part? Okay. So tomorrow, so we'll discuss about the crystal report and also dashboards. So that will cover in tomorrow's session. So just give you just overview of how the crystal report works, dashboard works, and Lumira Design Studio. Okay. So we'll try to complete the training by next midweek. Okay. So hopefully we will complete this training and by June 5th or 6th. Okay. So this is all today, and we'll meet tomorrow at the same time. Also, I'll share you all the material. Anyway, again, I'll do it today. I just sent it through the chat window, but many people are not attending. They are attending through the recorded sessions. So I'll share all the material with everyone through email. Okay. Okay. So thanks all. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow same time.
Thanks, Venkat.